so I'm going to be going over the lumbosacral plexus today, and I'm going to be doing it on this little whiteboard I got. So as you can see, I have all the roots written out all the way from T12 to coccygeal 1. And from T12 to L4 is the lumbar. From L4 to S4 is the sacral. And from S4 to coccygeal 1 is the coccygeal. And I'm going to be doing the anterior divisions in red and the posterior divisions in blue. So I'm hoping you'll be able to see it on here. But okay, so I'm going to get started. And I like to just go ahead and draw out like the different divisions first. It's just easier for me to do that. So I'm going to do that real quick. And then just to go through and clarify real quick, I mean, I think you can tell, but so we've got T12, L1, and the first half of L2 as anterior, along with L5 and S3. And then we've got the second half of L2, L3, L4, S1, S2 as posterior. So moving on from here, we'll get started with the very top ones. So the very first one we have is the subcostal nerve, and then L1 provides the ilioinguinal, and then we get a branch of T12 and a branch of L1 coming together, and they give rise to the iliohypogastric. And then we have L1 and the anterior division of L2 coming together to give us the genitofemoral. And then we've got L2, and then L3 just kind of whoop comes up here and contributes to making the lateral femoral cutaneous. And I'm just going to write up here real quick. So that's L2 and L3 contributing to that. So then the next thing I'm going to do, I kind of jump around, so just bear with me. It's how my brain works. So we've got L2, L3, and L4 all coming together to make the femoral nerve. And I'm going to write like all the key ingredients over on this side. So the femoral nerve, like I said, is L2 through L4. And it innervates the iliacus, the sartorius, the pectineus, and the vastus, lateralis, medialis, and intermedius, and also the rectus femoris. All right, so that's the femoral. All right, and then we've got, sorry, I'm just making this more clear. We've got L4, L5 and S1. Whoops. Sorry, I'm not the best at this. Making the superior gluteal. So like I said, L4 through S1. And this innervates the gluteus medius and minimus. And then we move down one because the superior started at L4 and went to S1. So then we've got L5 going to S2. So L5 to S2, making up the inferior gluteal. And that innervates the gluteus maximus. And then we've got S1, S2, and S3 all contributing. Oh my god. This is like the worst angle possible. All contributing to the posterior femoral cutaneous. And as I said, that's S1 through S3. All right. Let's see here. What do I want to do now? All right. I think I'll start going through back at the top again. So we know that L2 through L4 also makes up the obturator. So we've got L2, L3, and L4. All right. That's the obturator. Oh crap. I'm going to stop my alarm real quick because it's going off in the background. All right, I'm sorry about that. Okay, so the obturator nerve, as I was saying, I'm going to write up here. God, I hope you can see this. All right. Obturator. So like I said, L2 through L4. And this innervates the adductors, the pectineus, the gracilis, and the obturator externus. All right, so that's the obturator. Then we've got L3 and L4 making the accessory obturator, and this just innervates the pectineus for motor. So I just kind of scribbled it down right there. Okay. So then moving on. We've got L5 to S2. Making up the nerve to obturator internus, and this innervates the superior gemellus. Alright, so that's L5 through S2. Then we've got S1, S2, and S3 all giving rise to the nerve to the quadratus or quadratus, however you want to say that, femoris, and that innervates the inferior gemellus. Okay, and then this one's my favorite for some reason. I don't really know why I like it so much, but S2, S3, and then you get a little splits of S4 right there. Little splits, don't know what that means. Making up the pudendal. I love how I hesitated on it when I just told you it was my favorite. Okay. So that innervates the external anal and urethral sphincters. And then just to clarify real quick, even though I mentioned it, oh my gosh, just got my rib in a very uncomfy position. Okay, I said this earlier, but just so you can make sure, you know, I don't know. Okay, so S4, S5, and CO1 all make up the coccygeal plexus. Just to really lock that in. My gosh, my computer keeps making noises. Alright. I'm like, oh, I almost forgot it, but I didn't. And I like this one too. I don't really know why. S1 and S2 come together to make the nerve to the piriformis. And I think now is when we get to get into the fun stuff. Being the sciatic nerve. So, trying to position this in the way that looks the best. Maybe right there. Okay, so we've got okay, so this is the anterior division of the sciatic nerve, which is the tibial nerve. So I'm just going to write tibial right here, and then I'll list some good old muscles for you, but it goes all the way from L4 down to S3. Draw some little branchies right there. Make her thick. Alright, that's the tibial. Don't know why I'm taking the cap off. So the tibial nerve innervates the gastrocnemius, the soleus, the plantaris, the popliteus, the flexor hallucis longus, the flexor, digitorum longus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the tibialis posterior. Alright. And like I said, that is from L4 to S3. Alright, now we'll get into the posterior division. So this goes all the way up from L4 as well, but it stops at S2 right here. So I'll draw some more branches. Alrighty. And, alright. Keep messing with the cap and I don't know why. Okay. So, this is the fibular nerve. And as I said, it's L4 through S2. Alright, so we've got the deep muscles, which consist of the extensor digitorum longus and brevis, the extensor hallucis longus and brevis. We've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh my gosh. We're gonna back it up. because I just caught this. Woo, all right, sorry about that. Okay, so the tibial has 10. So we've got the gastrocnemius, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we have the semi-tendinosus and membranosus. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I just thought of this. What could it be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe it'll come to me while I'm writing these out. Oh, it just came to me. It's the biceps femoris long head. Woo! Sorry about that. Okay, so back to the fibular. We've got the extensor digitorum longus and brevis, the extensor hallucis longus and brevis, so that's 4. And then we've got the tibialis anterior, the biceps femoris short head, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The the fibularis tertius. Okay, those are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 deep muscles, and then we've got 2 superficial, and those are the fibularis longus and brevis. Okay, and then last but not least, I will circle right here to signify the sciatic. All right. I believe that was it.